Thanks for joining us tonight here at 5. I'm Melissa Andrews.
And I'm Jeff Smith. An alert day upon us. Radar behind us showing exactly why. Storms making their way through the area not too long ago, and there's another chance for another round of them later tonight.
We have team coverage tonight for you, so you know exactly what to expect. Chief Meteorologist Chris Vickers and meteorologist John Birchfield standing by for us. Chris, we'll start with you. Where are the biggest areas of concern right now?
Yeah, it's directly over Erie and Huron County, still under an active severe thunderstorm warning. And no doubt these storms got your attention through the course of the afternoon as they rumbled and raced across the area. We'll take you to where the active risk still is. Numerous clusters of lightning, thunder, downpours, and some gusty winds from Sandusky to Norwalk, now pushing east of Route 250. That is going to be headed along the lakeshore toward Huron and Vermilion. You're going to be next up. And if you are in Norwalk, you still need to be in your safe shelter place just due to the fact that winds could be up to 60 miles per hour as this races through. Really heavy rain extends up towards Cedar Point, back towards Sandusky, where you're on the back edge of a severe thunderstorm warning until 5:30 p.m. Once we get that storm to push through, we're going to get a little bit of a break in the action until the next potential round of storms does develop. Heavy rain and some thunder and lightning just west of Norwalk. That is right in between, let's say, Monroeville and Bellevue, where we got the heavy torrential rain that is occurring. And that severe thunderstorm warning has been producing high wind gusts over 50 miles per hour, and a few reports out there toward Vickery of some large hail. How about the Toledo Metro? Yeah, another round of storms. It hit us pretty good. Wind damage was widespread across parts of Toledo, West Toledo, and into downtown. Had reports nearly 60 miles per hour. Numerous trees that have been down throughout the city of Toledo and down toward Bowling Green, Pemberville, and Lucky. Wood County, you weren't spared. Wind damage. Numerous trees and power lines that were down or damaged from Bowling Green over toward Pemberville. Next round of storms, it's already rejuicing itself in the atmosphere. Lower Michigan, that's the round of storms that's going to be pushing into our area as we go over the next couple of hours. The threat of wind gust and wind damage, also some large hail up to an inch in diameter. And while it's a lower risk, can't rule it out yet of a possible tornado that still could exist this evening. Power outages, though, big deal through the course of the evening. And as we go to our next round of storms, let's get over to meteorologist John Birchfield. John, we were amazed as that storm was coming into the Toledo Metro. We were having coverage on air and online. We said, here comes the wind gust, and tens of thousands without power now is the result.
Yeah, Chris, we gave folks a heads up that this storm was going to pack a punch with those strong straight line winds, and the number of power outages currently still sits at over 28,000, and that is just in Lucas County. Other areas to the east of Toledo, like Ottawa and Sandusky counties, also saw numerous power outages. This number was at over 31,000 about half an hour ago. Some folks have started to see restoration of power, and a number of wind-related storm reports across the northern tier of Ohio into northern Indiana as well. A number of downed trees and some minor structural damage also as a result of these severe thunderstorms. Now, what about that second round that Chris mentioned? Well, we are going to see this initial batch of thunderstorms push off into eastern Ohio. The weather will briefly turn a bit quieter for, say, 2 hours, but then by the latter half of the evening, we are going to see additional thunderstorm development, and that could also bring some strong gusty winds. Even though the second round won't pack quite as much of a punch, there is still the risk for some severe weather, and we'll have your full hour-by-hour forecast to know when we are in the clear coming right up.
All right, John, thank you so much. As he was saying, hovering around 30,000 outages as far as Lucas County is concerned. Also, parts of Lenawee County, they are seeing outages as well. In fact, 3,600 being reported at last check. Also wanted to point out there are a lot of traffic lights out around the region. So remind your loved ones if they're headed home from work or wherever they may be to treat those intersections as a four-way stop should they come upon them.
Yeah, young drivers as well. This may be the first time they're experiencing something like this. We're also getting several storm damage reports into the newsroom tonight, including in Point Place.
Yeah, let's check in with Tatiana Cash. She is live with us, and more on the damage you're seeing, Tatiana.
Well, Jeff, Melissa, when it comes to the damage, unfortunately, this person got the worst of it. Now, I did speak with neighbors. So again, we did mention I'm here in Point Place. This is right at the intersection of 299 and Ottawa River Road. And unfortunately, she's the only person I'm told that has any type of damage, but it is not going to be an easy thing to fix. For what I said when I spoke with neighbors earlier, they say that thankfully she was not home during the time of the actual incident. However, right now she is home, not interested in talking right now, understandable, because there is an entire entire section of a tree right in front of her house, now directly on top of her house. The good news is it does seem as though she has power. Now, when I've been traveling around with my photojournalist Mike Kirsteins, what I can tell you is that it was actually kind of hard for us to get here to this spot because, again, there was down power lines, there were just down trees in the area, and Point Place already just trying to get over that massive storm we had a little over a month ago. So again, definitely take your time here in this area. Give yourself some extra patience, and of course, if you see a neighbor in a situation like this, definitely check on them, make sure they're okay. But the good news is here at 299 and Ottawa River Road, while the house doesn't look great, everyone is safely inside. We'll continue to look around in the area for others, see if they might want to talk, or honestly, just what are the plans now. For now, here in Point Place, Tatiana Cash for WTOL 11.
Our team coverage continues tonight. We're going to check in with Michael Sandlin. He is live in Port Clinton right now.
Yeah, Mike, you were just getting off the Jet Express today as a tornado warning was in effect. Walk us through what that was like and what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, so I was actually in the midst of another story over on Put-in Bay when this actually all went down. My photographer and I were riding back on the Miller Ferry when the sky suddenly went dark. You can actually get a better idea of what it looked like from our Erie Shores cam footage that we have. The sky went dark. The waves started to get choppy, and then we started to see sheets of torrential rainfall all the way back to the mainland. It was probably one of the bumpier rides I've ever had on a boat. And then once on shore, that's when things started to get really scary. The sky indeed got dark, thunderclaps started happening, and we started seeing debris fly in our direction. Now that's when we got that tornado warning that you mentioned. So we drove very carefully back to the Ida Rupp Public Library, making sure to watch out for anything that was in our way. And then we arrived back here just as the rain started to really slow down a little bit. Now we're just seeing a little sprinkle. So for now, I'm going to throw it back to you guys in the station. But again, keep an eye on the weather later tonight. Reporting in Port Clinton, Michael Sandlin for WTOL 11.
Michael, thank you. We do want to know, due to the weather, the Lenawee County Fair, it shut down for the day today.
Fair organizers say they will update when they can on the events that were scheduled for today and when that'll be made up. The Tigers game in Detroit was also postponed until tomorrow. Remember, on days like today where severe weather is possible, make sure you have the WTOL 11 weather app downloaded. You can take the weather team with you no matter where you are, and they send alerts quite frequently, especially during these weather events, right to your phone as they come in.